Welcome to Podcast with a Client. I am here with client Wendy Nasser. It's our first ever podcast. She's shitting her pants and I can't wait. Wendy is a professional data analyst who works from home. She is a mother. She is a wife. And what I find most exciting about this is you've just turned 50, haven't you?
That's right. Just January, yeah.
Amazing. So obviously you're 50 and fit now.
Yep.
But prior to joining TST and working with myself and properly working on your body and getting into a great routine and lifestyle, what was your thought process up until thinking like, did you think I'm 50 soon, I need to sort myself out? Like, were you a bit worried about your energy, how things were going to change at that point? Like, what were your thoughts leading up to getting to 50? Because obviously before you joined me, you wanted to get into the lifestyle of it and stuff like that. What, like, I guess you could say, what reservations did you have about getting a little bit older and thinking to yourself, oh, am I going to be past it? Did you have anything like that?
I didn't have anything like that. I think it was just more the fact that I wasn't really doing anything at all, like no sort of exercise, nothing. I just wasn't, and I was eating not very well, eating loads of rubbish. And I just, the sort of turning point was when I'd went to the doctor and I'd been told that I was potentially having high blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
So the turning point was kind of there where I thought, right, do you know what, I need to do something about this, because I was aware that I was thinking I'm not really exercising, I'm just doing nothing really like at all. And I think because I had always been able to get away with it from being younger and not really doing very much, I just kind of thought that I'd be able to continue doing that. But then going to the doctor, it was kind of like, right, this isn't going to be able to be a long-term thing. I'm going to have to do something.
So you're an interesting case. So I take it, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've never really been obese. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there's a lot of women in your situation where they're not that overweight, so they kind of think they're all right. And people look and say, oh, well, she can get away with it. She doesn't need the gym. You've probably even heard that, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, but you can't tell out what's happening on the inside.
Exactly.
Even though the outside looks all right. So what prompted you to go to the doctors and get this checkup?
It's just an annual check that I normally have. So, but I did have high blood pressure when I was pregnant with my little girl.
Okay.
And then it kind of like subsided. And then because I'd had that, I then have to go and get the annual check. And it was just like slowly like creeping back up again.
Okay. If someone on the outside was watching this and looking at your life from the outside, what would be the thing that you would say you are struggling with internally that nobody would have ever known about?
Like now or prior to this? What was I struggling with? I think it was just really getting into like a routine, really, and sort of like focusing on me rather than like everything else round about me. I wasn't really sort of prioritising like what I needed. I was so busy looking after everyone else.
That's it. People pleasing.
Yeah.
It's a disease. Everybody falls into it. I think women are more congruent to this people pleasing thing. I think with being mothers and things like that, it comes with the territory. But I find this a lot from most women I've came across over the years. They've all described themselves as people pleasers.
Yeah.
So how did you get out of that mentality of being a people pleaser? What made you think, I've got to start doing for myself? I've got to stop like pleasing everybody else?
I think it's I think it's probably because of that, the shock from the doctor's appointment, where I was like thinking, if I don't start looking after myself, then what am I going to be like in like 10, 20 years time?
Yes.
And I still kind of have that like all the time, like in my head, where I think where I live, there's like quite a lot of elderly people, and I see them going around, and a lot of them can't really walk very well, and you know, just stuff like that. And I think, you know, that might still happen anyway, because you don't know what's you know, ahead, or what's you know, going on with their health. But I think if I kept on going on the way that I was going on and doing nothing, there's a really high chance that I'm going to be like that and not be mobile and not be able to be fit enough to like do things.
Well, you've got to do what you can to mitigate the risks and do what you can with where you are with what you've got. But if you're doing nothing, then the risks are way higher.
Yeah.
And it's weird because obviously people will look at you and just see like a normal healthy woman. Probably they just because you're not really overweight and look out of shape and stuff, they'll just think, well, there's nothing wrong with you, like we just mentioned. But you never know what's going on the inside. But also you can never tell truly if something's going to happen based just upon how you look. But if you know you're not treating your body well and right, then you've got to do what you can. Like, it terrifies me getting to that stage. It doesn't scare me getting older. Like, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about getting older and in ill health.
Yeah.
I think that's a terrifying thought. And the thing is it's when you're naive to it, because a lot of people are, I'll be fine, I'll smoke every day and I'll not get cancer, that kind of attitude. Or I'll drink all the time and I'll not get cancer, or, cirrhosis of the liver or diabetes, whatever. Like, we're just naive sometimes to our behaviour. So that future pacing really helps me as well. And I've just turned 40, so I'm more aware of the future, and obviously that'll be the same at 50 and 60, and you'll always be having that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that. So, and I think a lot of the time, sometimes they're just okay with being the way that they are. Like, they're not in enough pain. Sometimes you got obviously the data. You're a data analyst, which is obviously that affected you a lot. Like, because there's some people who just be like, your blood pressure is high, I'll take a tablet. Do nothing. That's it. Like, but you obviously thought, no, there's more to it, because if it continues, it could lead to stroke, heart attack, all the other, metabolic diseases and whatnot that could happen. But also, if you weren't doing anything physically, the pain in your hips, your joints, your back, that lack of mobility as you get over, that terrifies me. That absolutely terrifies me. So you made a decision to sign up to me. I think the process was, if I'm not mistaken as well, I think you downloaded something online from us. You watched all my stuff on YouTube, on Instagram, read all my emails. I'm pretty sure you digested a lot of my stuff very quickly.
Yeah.
And then you are like all in for a trial of what we'll do online. So you train with myself and TST 4 mornings a week. What was your idea of what online training might be like? Because obviously you work from home.
Yeah.
It kind of worked with your schedule. You don't actually live too far from me.
Yeah.
But it just is easier for you to get up and go downstairs, and it works with your routine, which is good. What was your idea about what it would be like before you started? Because a lot of people have this weird idea on what online training would be really like.
To be honest, there had been, like, we get quite a lot of free resources, like, through my work, and there's sort of like a couple of kind of online things as well that you can do like a few times a week. And I had looked at, things like that before, but it was quite boring.
Yes.
As the people just weren't very engaging, and they couldn't see you can only see them.
Yes.
And you're just kind of like following along, and there's no sort of accountability. Nobody's sort of saying, all right, hold this like this, or do that, or pointing out anything. And so I was kind of thinking, is it going to be the same as that, or is it going to be like something different? And I think, like I'd said to you, after that first one, I remember when you had like messaged before, and you'd say it was on the Friday that I think I had done the first one, and you had said 6:10, and I thought, at night, and you were like, in the morning. And I thought, oh my God, 6:10 in the morning. But I thought, right, do you know what, just do it, just get up, right, see like what it's like. And honestly, after that first one, I was like buzzing. It was just like, I couldn't believe it compared to like as seeing the other things before. So it was like totally different from what I'd had before.
And so what has TST given you so far? Because you've been getting up 4 mornings a week for 6 months, is it 5 months?
Yeah, about six.
Yeah? 6 months. Obviously incorporated a morning routine from home, which works in your lifestyle. What's it given you?
So it has, it's put me more into like a sort of consistent routine. More energy, I would say. Mindset, definitely like a lot better, because beforehand I would get quite grumpy and down and things, whereas like I've totally noticed the difference in the shift in that as well. I eat better. I think I'm just a better person to be like around now than what I was previously.
We have this little phrase on Zoom, be the difference between 6 and 7. We remember that, right? Like, there's a massive difference, because I see obviously everyone log online, and a lot of the time they're yawning their heads off, they're knackered, they're slow, they're sluggish, like, but then the 45 minutes later, you're all like different people, right? You're bouncing around.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, how do you feel after that? I feel great. You're sweating and like you're smiling, and you can't fake that, right? That's
Yeah.
like the energy that comes through is unbelievable. That shift, but obviously it works for you. How is it positively impacting your family?
Good. So it's quite funny because even like Alice, so my little girl who's like 7, if there's like something, you know, for maybe like, I'm trying to think like food or things like that, and she'll be like, should you eat that? You know, what would Luke say? Right? And I'm like, oh, right, okay then. Right. And even like they're always like, is it TST tomorrow morning? Like
Nice.
Mark and like Alice, and I'm like, yeah. So, and like Mark's watched like a few of your things and stuff as well, and he's like, he's right, you know, he's right. You need to listen. I'm
Good.
like, all right,
Yeah, because
okay.
you're not listening to your husband.
No.
I was going to say I don't listen to mine, but I don't want to have a husband. Yeah, Tracy doesn't listen to me, so it's all right. That's the way it works. What's the biggest result you've had that isn't about weight on the scales, that's not about how you look, that's not about the fitness you've got or the strength in your body? What would you say the biggest result has been? If you had to say one thing.
And it's not weight, it's not how you look. Can you do like your kind of state of mind? Because that's not really like weight.
Yeah.
Or
What about it then?
it's just more positive.
Okay. And what impact has that had on your life?
So it's probably made me more confident in terms of like, even like at work or just how I approach things. And just about even like things that are a bit more challenging. I think, well, if I can do this when I thought I wasn't able to, then it then encourages me to be able to want to do other things and give it a go.
And keeping with that theme, what do you think has surprised you the most about yourself since you've started? Like, what's made you think, God, I didn't even realise I could do that? Or what's been the thing that sticks in your head that surprised you most about you that you thought previously, I'll probably not be able to do that. That's not me.
I think it's the getting up in the morning and like sticking to it.
Yes.
Definitely, because I mean, it can get up, you know, if it's maybe like holidays or things like that, but for to consistently do it. That surprised me, because I would never, if you spoke to me like a year ago or something, I would have said I would never have been able to do it and keep doing it.
I love it. So through habitual, through changing your habits, you've changed your character, your identity. You're starting to become, you'd probably describe yourself as now a morning person. Someone who looks forward to getting up and doing things on a morning. You might not always find it easy to do.
No.
But I find that a lot of people, the reason why they don't ever train in the morning is because they describe themselves as not a morning person. So how did you make that shift from I'm not a morning person to now showing up 4 days a week at 6 o'clock in the morning? Because if you definitely were not a morning person, you wouldn't do that as continuously. So there's obviously an element of you that now thinks, I am a bit of a morning person, actually.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, with the sort of 6-week trial thing, I thought, right, I'm going to do it for the 6 weeks and then just see like how I feel. But at the beginning, I was quite scared of you.
Were you? In what way? This is always interesting to know.
Because when the alarm used to go up, I used to be like, oh my God, I just don't want it. And I was like, oh no, he's going to absolutely go mental if I don't turn up for this.
That's good.
Right, so I used to think, oh right, well I'm awake anyway, quick, let's get up and just like do it. So at the beginning, I was very much like, I think I was going to get, you were going to be on us like if I didn't like turn up. But then I think because of that, it just kind of became part of the routine.
Yeah.
And I think because I set the alarm and then I wake up, I mean, don't get me wrong, most mornings I'm still waking up thinking, oh God, I really don't want to. But then I think, well, what a waste. I've set the alarm.
Exactly.
All my stuff's ready to go.
Yeah.
Just get up and do it, because I'm not, I'm not going to do it at any other point during the day. That time totally works for me.
Yeah.
So that I can get it done and I always feel better at the end of it.
Well, that's discipline, isn't it? That's doing what you don't necessarily want to do, but you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And also, that's understanding that you see more benefit to doing it than not.
Yeah.
And as well, like when you say you were a little bit scared, I think that's good, because the thing is with accountability, because that's ultimately what it is, that's what most people avoid. They say they want it, but when it comes to it, it's like, oh, it's too much pressure. But without that pressure, you don't perform. without that pressure. And it's not that I would get angry or anything. It's because I care. I want you to do well. I want all my clients to do well, and I want you to thrive. And then if you're not there, I'm like, hey, why didn't you turn up? And then you've got to start making excuses, and that makes you feel worse. And it's like, oh no, but best get up. That's good to have that. It's a positive pressure, I think.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. And I think like part of it as well was I thought it was like the disappointment, because I think you kind of, you put so much into it. And then I thought, in my head, I was like thinking, oh, Luke's going to be like really kind of disappointed because I've not like turned up and I've been doing like well or whatever like that. So it was a kind of mixture of both. But really, right at the beginning, I said to Matt, I was like, oh my God, he's going to kill us if I don't.
That's good.
Because he was very much like, I don't know how you're doing this. I don't know how you're getting up, right? Yeah. And it was, you're never going to last. You're never going to keep this up. You can't do this like forever. And I was like thinking, oh, well, maybe I can't. But then the thing in my head was, well, Luke's going to kill us if I don't,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good. I like that. That's positive pressure. More people need to think like that.
Yeah.
And they should as well, because one of the things that at first, obviously, it always requires a push from me. I always say this to people, like, come on, I need to give you that extra push. I need to be a little bit firm sometimes, like, get off your fucking arse, move. Let's stop making excuses. Then I want to get to the point where I'm not pushing you, you're pulling me. Like, you're giving your hand out and saying, come on, let's do it again. I want some more. Like, I want that. Initially, it's that forceful energy, that push. But eventually, it needs to be you from, at first, thinking you should do it, you have to do it, you need to do it, to you want to do it, you get to do it. This is what I want to do. Actually, I quite enjoy it. It's hard. It's not the easiest thing. Some days I don't want to get out of bed, but I want that feeling. I want that. I want to chase that energy. I don't want to miss out, because it's cool when I think if you do miss one, and you obviously missed a few for illness and whatnot, which is absolutely understandable. But when you get in the group banter and everyone's saying how good that was, and you're like, oh shit, I've missed out. Or people are saying like, hey, where were you? And it's like, oh shit. Yeah, you want that. That's accountability. That's the power in a group.
Yeah.
Who are on it, who are focused, who are dedicated. And I would say probably 85-90% of people are dedicated right now consistently. We've got a really good group. We've got a very consistent retention rate and short rate, which is excellent. You don't find that very much. And I think it is partly because of the group atmosphere. So in the past, I take it you've probably been to gyms and you've done this, that and the other with maybe one or two people that you've trained on your own. How does the group, even online, training from home, watching Zoom, following along with what we do in the room, how has the group environment impacted you more than other things you've done in the past?
I think because it feels like everyone's in it together. And it's like, even when I've been in like here, like on site, like the couple of times, everyone wants everyone to do well. And they're like really kind of pushing them on, and it's like, come on, keep on going. And it's just that kind of encouragement and stuff that's there. And even like we're doing it from home, like the Zoom, like from home, it's just even just like the kind of funny stuff and that happens that you can see like in the gym. It's just, you just feel like included, and it's quite funny, and it's I don't know, it's just really kind of like positive. I think from like the thing, like your EE event, it was just like everyone, I can't even describe it. It was just like the energy, and everyone was just really engaged, and just, it was just a really nice atmosphere. And I think it's like that when we do the training in the mornings as well. Yeah. It's not like it's kind of them and us kind of thing, separate. It's like everybody's like, and the ones in the room like kind of shout out to the people who are like on the Zoom and stuff, and the interaction. It's just nice. That's
the cool thing about what we've got with this hybrid model. Like whether you live locally or whether you live 2,000 miles away, you can get involved and you can feel a part of it, which is great, because some people don't have the luxury of being able to go to a gym, or they don't have that, they've got time constraints, for example, or whatnot, or they live too far away, and to be able to just turn that camera on and let's go. Because I know what it's like, because I've been away on holiday when like Tracy's took it or something, and I've actually done it and joined in, and I'm like, holy, this is pretty good. This is pretty cool. This actually, I like this. And like I'd get up from a hotel room and do it, and I'd be like, this is mint, and you can do it from anywhere, so I know what you're saying, but obviously you do it way more regularly. If you could go back and tell yourself something before you started this journey, because I know there's many women who are maybe approaching a milestone of age, or a life event's happened, they really want to look after themselves, they know they've let themselves go, maybe they've had a health scare, they've been through a divorce, whatever. There's women on the fence, many women, probably many women who could do what you're doing, like turn it on from home and get on. And let's say that's you a year ago.
Yeah.
And you're on the fence and you're just about to make the decision, but you decide against it. What would you say to you a year ago if they were like, I really want to do something, but, oh no, I don't think I can? Because you obviously had the doubts in one way or another at some point in your life. And a lot of women are at that stage where they're in a similar position. They're ready to look after themselves. They're hitting a milestone in age. They've had a tragic event, whatever. What do you say to that woman?
Just to, I guess a bit like what I done. It's like, do at least just one.
Mm-hmm.
Do one. It's like, you know how much it's taken up an hour of your time, right? You might as well just try it, do it for like that once, and then you'll either know whether you like it or you don't.
Yeah.
You've got absolutely nothing to lose by doing that.
And what if they said, or you said, but I'll feel stupid, I'm well past it, I'm not fit, I'd be the worst? What would you say? Because you might have had them thoughts as well.
Yeah. But again, it's hard to kind of describe. It's like nobody's looking at you. Everyone's too interested in like getting it right themselves and doing what they're doing. And there's all different shapes and sizes and ages and different characters and everything. It's like it's not your sort of standard like vision of what you think a training and gym is like. It's I don't know, it's just different. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to worry about. Yeah. Good.
Encouragement is what everybody needs. They need encouragement and they need support along the way. And I find that's two things that are lacking, unfortunately, in so many people's lives. Mm-hmm. They've got a lot of discouragement from family, even sometimes their partners, which is, you get that whether it's in a piss take way or whether it's in a genuine, you will never do that sort of thing. But sometimes that can be encouraging to say, well, I'll fucking show you. Mm-hmm. I'll show you. Yeah. Or do you think I can't? Well, I'll fucking show you. I love that, because sometimes that can be fuel, but it can also be discouraging in fact, oh, maybe they're right. Mm-hmm. But also I think that the support is massive, like within the group. The accountancy, so many people think that they need a personal trainer one-to-one. And while I'm not against that idea, I love the idea. I think nothing can beat a group environment for energy anyway, for that wow, I'm part of something. It's very difficult to feel part of something just in a one-to-one setting. Mm-hmm. I feel personally, and I feel I get way more out of presenting to a group. And I think I can get just as much results, if not better, in a group setting than I can one-to-one. Yeah. So, but it's difficult for people to get their head around that because of the support and the encouragement are lacking so much. So I can't advocate enough for group training. I guess my next question would be, in terms of encouragement and support, what's been the best bit about TST in those areas that you've noticed for encouragement and support? So
encouragement, I think we've got like the little the group, the Messenger WhatsApp group type
Zoom
thing.
Peeps.
Yeah, the Zoom Peeps group. Some days it's a lot more busy than others. Yeah. With all the chat and the banter and stuff that goes on and things. So I think, you feel part of something because of that. Mm-hmm. So that's like really good kind of encouragement and stuff. And if you've missed things, or if people want to sort of say, oh, look, I'm sorry I missed a live, but here I've done this. And then everyone's always like, oh, great, that's brilliant. That everyone's kind of got each other's back. And again, everybody wants everybody to do well.
Yes.
And I guess like from the Facebook thing as well, I always put my numbers and stuff.
You're brilliant at that.
But like, I think again, since the EE thing, there's like a lot more people been doing it.
Yes.
And I look and I'm like, oh, because I felt like I was the only one that was doing it before.
Yeah, you were.
And it's like, it's really like, I think it's really good for to like see that people are really kind of paying attention. And then again, the encouragement from the others was saying, oh, you've drank this amount of water, or you've done that. So I think the encouragement like from that side of things. And then I guess like from yourself, the content, the stuff that you do, the things that you send us, it's like, it's just kind of, just kind of keeps us like on it and things. So
Cool.
yeah, it's good.
Well, what I really like about you, Wendy, is you're a leader. And I noticed this. So when Wendy talks about the EE events, which is the expansion experience, we do a live mindset event twice a year. You had your first one, December, wasn't it? Your first one.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing experience getting people in a room to not physically train, but sit and work on the mind, answer questions, journal, listen to keynote talks, all the rest. That vibe is like magic. It's magnetic. It's electric. It's wow. It's powerful. You get some real life-shifting moments, I find. And one moment Wendy has, which is always very relentless with your data. Obviously, being part of your job, you're very analytically minded. But you track your data with terms of your calories, your steps, your sleep, your bit journaling, whatever else is, needing to be tracked. You take points of data, which is great because if there's no data, there's too much drama. Talk about this all the time. People say, I feel such and such. Hang on. What's the data saying?
Yeah.
I feel fat today. Okay, but are you? Like, what you're checking, what you're tracking. Okay, I feel like I'm falling behind. Okay, well, your results really don't give a fuck about your feelings. That might sound harsh, but it's true. Like, what's your actual results? Where's your data? Show me your numbers. Oh, I can't. Most people can't. So Wendy tracks relentlessly, which is brilliant. And I called everyone out at the event, didn't I? I came out to Wendy. I said, Wendy is the only fucking one who's been filling out her scores in the group. And then Tony was like, aye, she is, isn't she? And I was like, yes. Yeah, but you have to have one lead. See, it's kind of easier for me because I'm always out there. Like, but people look at me and go like, "Well, it's easier for you." Yeah. It's not necessarily it's easier. I'm just more. I've practiced more, and obviously I'm front and center, so I can't. It's sometimes more powerful coming from you, who's just joined, who's into it, who's not the leader of the front and center, but they're like, "Oh yeah." Because they see a bit of them in you and they're like, oh, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's what I love about it. Yeah. I don't want to ever be put on a pedestal. I want to still be on the same level as you guys. But people view me that way sometimes. It's like, oh, well, it's easier for you, Luke. But I'm like, fuck. And I'm just trying to promote simple things that are just hard. But then when someone else takes the lead, does it regularly and relentlessly, then everyone else is like, oh, actually, I can do this as well, which is great to see. Great to see. So who is Wendy Nasser becoming in her 50s? Compared to who you were, what would you say that you're on the journey of moving forward in your 50s and beyond?
Just to really just enjoy life better, just to be more kind of present with family, with friends, but having like the sort of energy to do that. I just want to sort of just really make the most of like the time that sounds a bit morbid, make the most of the time that I've got.
No, it's true.
No, but it's like I don't want to be just like wasting my time on things. I want to be getting the most out of my days and like my experiences and like people that I spend my time with and stuff. So, and I guess for to be doing that, I think what you always keep on going on about is like the sleep thing. And I totally notice I have not had enough sleep, and mood, just everything is just like 100 times harder.
Absolutely.
But then I think from being in the routine of doing like the training and things, you do naturally feel tireder like at night time. So getting to bed on time and stuff, and then it just means that then during the day there's that more energy and everything for to be able to do all these things that I want to be doing. Yeah.
It's super important, like the energy side of it, but like the simplicity of getting yourself on track is unbelievable. But people overcomplicate everything, right? Like if you literally get to bed an hour earlier, get up and exercise early, drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day, get a handle on your calories and your protein, everything else kind of takes care of itself, right?
Yeah.
That's super. It's hard to do that. It's not easy. But like get to bed an hour earlier shouldn't really be that difficult, should it?
It shouldn't. But I think...
But it is.
I think you always just find things to do. Whereas like now I think, do I really need to be doing that tonight? Yeah. And I think, well, no, I don't. So,
I can catch up in it tomorrow. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. 9 o'clock at night. Like nobody really needs me. I'm just flicking through my phone, or I'm watching crap TV, or I'm on my laptop. Like, can I not just combat that email tomorrow? Can I not just watch this show on the weekend? Like, but I almost feel we're missing out. Because there's always this, I talk about this a lot, like the the rebellious teenager is always inside us. Like, we don't really grow up. I think we're like, well, I'm not going to bed early. I'm an adult. I'm an adult now. My mum told us that when I was a kid. No, like you have this rebellious nature as if you're missing out on something.
Yeah.
The fear of missing out's huge, but I feel like I miss out on life if I go to bed too late.
Yeah.
I'm like protecting my bedtime like it's sacred, like a sacred ritual. Like, it's 9 o'clock and I'm like, 9 o'clock, come on, 9 o'clock. Oh, what time's that start? 8 o'clock start. Oh no, I won't get to bed till after 10. Oh my God. Like, I get panicky. I protect my bedtime 7 days a week because it's so important.
Yeah.
Because like we've talked about all this whole podcast is energy's everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, you're fucking useless to the world, man.
Yeah.
Like, people pride themselves on grinding 20-hour days and that, and sleep when you're dead. There's a lot of hustle culture, and it's like, it's just stupid, man. It's just stupid. You can't, as well, you'll know this being a professional worker, and especially working from home as well, is there's only a certain period in the day that you can actually be productive. Like, you can't be productive at 10 o'clock at night if you've been up since 6 in the morning. There's no way your brain's like switched on at that time, but some people will work till that time, and you've probably fell into that trap yourself at some point of working late at nights, and they reckon there's only about a 4-hour period maximum where you're actually highly productive in the day. The rest your brain can't cope with. That's why we're seeing so many nootropics and brain stimulants coming out and all that, because people are realising you can't stay focused for long periods, but people wear it like a badge of honour, the whole hustle mentality. And I get it, work hard, get the results, but I think there's also that work smart, and work hard. There's an old Jim Rohn saying, and you know who Jim Rohn is? So, Tony Robbins, right? So Jim Rohn was Tony Robbins' mentor.
Oh, right.
So Jim Rohn's like one of the OGs in like the 70s of personal development. He's dead now, but he's amazing. I listen to him all the time. And he says the reason why people don't become successful is because they work harder on their job than they do on themselves. And that if you want to become more successful in every area of your life, you work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And then when you work harder on yourself, you become more valuable. Your job becomes easier. You get promotions better. You're more looked at more valuably. You have more opportunities. You make better decisions. You're clearer on the head because you work on yourself. And most people never usually choose that. They work on the job and they work on people pleasing like you did.
Yeah.
And they don't work on themselves. And then they realise, they often say the phrase, I've let myself go. That's so common. I've let myself go. I hear this all the time. It's a weird phrase because I'm like, where did you go then? It's hard to think about because you can't quantify it, can you? You can't like say, oh, well, I went over there and I'm back here. Well, where did you go then? Well, I've just let myself go. So, well, you need to find yourself again then. But the only way you do that is by working on you, doing things that make you feel good, that make you respect yourself more, that build your confidence. And it's hard to do, but I think what we've talked about is like, it's very simple to do to change your life. Yeah. What's one thing that I've said since, because we've only known each other about 6 months, right? And I know I've had a good impact on your life. I know it's impacting your life, your husband and your daughter and your family and your work energy and all the rest. What's one thing that I've said that stuck with you? If you had to say one phrase or one thing that possibly annoyed you at the start, but now you think, fuck, he's right. Because I get this all the time. I'm curious what yours is.
I think it's probably the one where it's like that I get to do it. So I think for so many things you think, oh God, I have to do this or I have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like that reframing of it where then I'll sit and I'll think, oh, do you know what, but I actually get to do it. So that has like stuck.
Yes.
Annoyingly as it may be, because it's like,
it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Like
but it is hard to look at things in that way because you always want to complain and moan and stuff, and then you just have to kind of pinch yourself and go, do you know what, right? It's I get to do this, so that's definitely like stuck. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Did you see the Auschwitz video that I put out yesterday?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, so I did it. Obviously, I taught recently being Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Amazing experience, like life transformational, and we are absolutely privileged in this day and age. Like, people talk about the government and they complain about money and time and energy and how they're hard done by and everybody else's problem and social media and everybody else. But like, we are, when you compare to how life was, we are fucking privileged. Like, unbelievably privileged in this day and age to have what we have: roof over our heads, jobs, vehicles, Netflix subscriptions, money in the bank, Amazon one clicks. Like, this is such a privileged time to live, but yet people complain about it all the time, that they're hard done by, that this, that and the other, right? But we don't know suffering in any way like they did back then. Like, we get to do so much and we take it for granted.
Absolutely.
We get to go to the gym, and I make the comparison with people in wheelchairs or cerebral palsy, or like people who have severe disabilities and disadvantages who can't actually physically move their body, and they can never experience the buzz and the joy we get from exercise. And some people complain that it's hard. And I'm like, some people can't even feel half of what you're feeling after 40 minutes. Because we know what it's like after a 40-minute hard session. We are buzzing. Life's mint. We love being part of something. We feel like a new person. We're 10 out of 10. We're having a great day and a great time. That's a fucking privilege. But yet we're complaining that we're tired and I can't be bothered. I get it. I can't disregard from people's problems, but it really is a privilege. And we do get to do things like this. We do get to live in this world, and I think sometimes we just take it for granted. So I've noticed about gratitude, like how important it is to count your wins, track your data, be grateful for what you have, be thankful for the problems as well, because a lot of the time the problems now, you probably wished 5-10 years ago that you had these problems, and you've got them now. We'll complain about them, but then 5 years ago we think, I would have loved them back then. It's just a sign of growth, isn't it? Growth's uncomfortable and it has its challenges. So one final question for Wendy: if you knew you were going to die tomorrow and you were able to leave a billboard in your memory, what would you have on that billboard? And everyone was going to say it was on a central motorway, and it was something that you just said, look, you've got it, but you've got to decide what you want on it, and it's going to stay there forever.
Probably not to be scared to try anything, and for to like take every kind of opportunity that comes along, give everything, if there's something that's there, for to like give it a go, because it's better to like try it and then think, right, that wasn't for me, or like fail or whatever, than think the what if. It's like it's worth giving it a go. So
you could be
but
like,
I don't know what a slogan thing could be for that, but really, to that thing, it's like, we probably have loads of things that come our way like every week and stuff, and you can't act upon like all of them. Or maybe you can, why not? But I think if there's stuff that's like there, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you just try it? Yeah.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Straight away, it's like Nike, innit? Just do it. Yours is just give it a go. Yeah, there you go. Give it a go. I love it. Mine would be two things. I think mine would probably, what do you think mine would be?
Oh, I don't know. It'll be something to do with like, I don't know. I really don't know.
It's a phrase or a word.
It'll be something to do with energy or something.
Nearly. I would probably have, well, there's three choices really. I would have movement is medicine. I just love that. I think it's life. Health is wealth. I think that needs a reminder of everybody. And probably energy is everything. Energy is everything could be a slogan for a drink, couldn't it?
It could, yeah.
It
could be.
A brand new energy drink. Yeah. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for joining me on this. It's been a tremendous chat. I think it's going to impact a lot of people, just to hear a little bit about you and the impact that this whole experience has made on you. And I'm very proud of you. You're a leader. I want you to keep going. And thank you so much.
Okay, thanks very much.
Amazing. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and click the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you are notified of every new video that drops every single week here on the channel. And also, if you would like a free copy of my second book, Supercharged, the modern day guide to creating outstanding levels of energy, motivation, and self-control, then I've got it on audio right now. All you need to do is go to superchargedaudio.com, enter your details, and it's yours to your email inbox for free. Let's go. See you on the next video.